we have just finished doing the VE with the Procharger kit on it. So we've been showing this a little bit on our workshop recaps. So let's have a bit of a quick rundown on what has been done to it. So it runs the Procharger side mount supercharger, and it's a D1SC. Hopefully you can see it there. Forward facing, runs the BTR equalizer manifold, I believe this one is, yep. And then it has the Crow cams. I've got to read off my finger this one. So Crow cams are 224, 236 on a 115. And then yeah, like it's a really good combo. It works well. So it uses the Procharger front mount cooler. It's got some Aeroflow transmission coolers there, Aeroflow throttle body, and then we've custom made intercooler pipes to suit, full exhaust, automatic transmission, and this is the 6 litre. So it's look, they work well, these side mount superchargers. They're a very linear power curve in how they work. I like to think of them as a variable cubic inch displacement sort of thing. So as RPM increases, so does your cubic inch, as you're obviously increasing the boost. That's almost what it feels like on the road. It literally feels like someone's adding cylinders while you're squeezing the throttle. So the engine's getting bigger and bigger as you keep hitting the throttle. So, but let's have a look at what it does. So 314 kilowatts is what it made before with the Crow cam in it, and then now with the supercharger, this is the blue line. And you can see here the torque line, it's representative of what the boost is doing. So it's linear in the sense that as RPM increases, so does torque. Torque keeps following RPM the whole way. So we literally have a torque increase over RPM the whole way, as opposed to having something that sort of peaks on with the torque and then rolls over in the top end. This keeps feeding the airflow in, which keeps the engine making power, so which is pretty cool. So as far as boost goes, starts off at 2 pound of boost and pretty much finishes off at 11 pound of boost at the very top. And you can see when I say linear, this is what I mean by linear. The boost is linear to the RPM. So as RPM is increasing along here, boost is increasing with RPM, and that pretty much gives you a linear increase in torque and power. So very nice and easy to drive. It's probably more common to use something like this in a circuit race or a drift application, where you want to have a very long throttle control, where you don't have a small 2-stroke throttle, you have a massive throttle, and as you keep pushing through the throttle, you have more engine, you have more power, you have linear torque, and so on. So these have the application. Yes, they don't make as much power off the bottom as your traditional top mount supercharger would, but it's more linear as well. So it's more tractable in the sense where if you've got something that you're trying to hook up from the drags and get it going on a small tyre, and you want to progressively feed power in, well, this mechanically progressively feeds power in as it goes, where a big turbocharged engine, we actually have to pull power out to get this same sort of instance. So you know, sometimes having all the power in the bottom end doesn't necessarily make you faster. Sometimes you just spin the tyres harder. So in this case, with the power ramping on as RPM increases, it just gives you a nice, tractable, enjoyable, fast car to drive on the street and out on the road and have some fun. So it's been a great build. Darian's done a good job on this one. There's a fair bit of custom work has had to go into it to get it working, but it's all done now. So now we'll get it out on the road, test it, see what it drives like, and hand it back to the customer. Thanks guys, see you next time.